Okay, so here is the tutorial for Hierophant and Lovers. You can see me messing around on my life split right there. Um, so I didn't mention this before, but in the description for each video, I'm going to put the route that I use. Um, by the time if you're watching this and my next run isn't up yet, it will be the route will be up once I do my next run, but until then, it's not going to be in the description. You can just look at my. You can look in the description of my run, like once I actually do it, and you can see it there. But until then, it's not really going to be there. I also fixed my life. I also fixed my life split layout. I noticed that the title was kind of cut off, so I fixed it. Okay. Okay, so our party members are going to be Junpei and Akihiko. Okay. So this first bit of the palace, the dungeon is just get from point A to point B. So just follow my path. Don't go to where the shadows are because they waste time. Because you don't need to grind right now. I mean, you need to grind later, but they don't give enough EXP to justify it. Alright, here is our first boss, the Hierophant.
Be careful. The enemy is a
So what we're going to do, very, very simple boss strat. So we're going to use Dracunda. We're just going to guard with Yukari, and we're just going to rush. So, at this point in the run, you're going to have the legendary cleaver item, which is a medium crit chance. And you go to the punching bag minigame a lot, so you get a lot of. So if you end up getting a lot of crits, you can actually just rush the entire time, deal a bunch of damage with all out attacks, and yeah, I messed up a strat. Basically, so there was in my last video for Emperor and Empress, I mentioned that there was a specific strat that you could do for a fight. That's really lucky. So there's a specific strat you can do. In this fight, you can use Rakukaja with Junpei. And what this will do, you saw how he used Akaja. Well, he didn't use it here. He actually just fucking killed Junpei. But basically the Rakukaja strat makes it so that he has a higher chance. It makes it so a Hierophant has a higher chance of what is it? Has a higher chance of using the skill Dakaja. Okay. Paralyzed with fear, we are dead. So I actually just did a really risky strat right there, which I'm still doing. But the strat that I'm trying to do is just, oh my god. So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to make it so that Junpei or Akihiko, trying to make it so that Junpei or Akihiko are able to take a turn out of the fear in order to use the Mapacho jump. This is one of the riskier strats that I use. Wouldn't necessarily recommend this one. It's really risky. It's one of it's one of the riskier strats of the many safe strats I use, pretty much. You want Akihiko to be alive after that fight, so he gets to Runda. You get about a 40-ish second break, or 30-second break after forgetting Mudo, I think. 30-ish second break. It's around there. So after that, go into the mirror, and then you get to watch Yukari shower, unless you're doing Femc, in which case you watch Akihiko. You don't get to watch Akihiko shower, but you know that he did. I should also mention that this is like the first fight in the entire game where it's like wildly different for Femc. At least to my knowledge, I'm not entirely sure like what the Femc route looks like compared to the male route. I'm gonna try to do this by memory. Alright, cool. I did it good. Okay. So I think your health is completely restored after that. Alright. So first, you're gonna want to go into this room, and then you're gonna want to smash this mirror. It's really just memorizing where. If you smash the wrong mirrors, then the entire thing gets reset. So yeah. Let's just go over here. Smash the mirrors. I've actually had the game soft lock here, which is very unfortunate when that happens. It's only happened to me on PS4 though, thankfully. Never on PC. But alright, so Lovers is essentially the same fight, except no Dakaja strat. But we do have an extra tool up our sleeve. I'm just gonna defense up the MC. So I'm actually not going to Turunda this turn. So largely the same strat as before, except slightly different, because there is no Prophecy of Ruin. Oh yeah, by the way, forgot to mention this. For Prophecy of Ruin, you want to use a Mapatra gem because your party members will get crit every single time. Every single time it is used, your party members are going to get crit. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. That's bad. Okay, that's not too bad. I mean, it's bad. Not too bad, though. Okay. So... Wait, did we not? Okay, good. I was a little worried we didn't have a Discharm on hand. Junpei doesn't need to be alive anymore, by the way. We don't need to make sure that he's still alive. Junpei is totally fine. All we really needed was the Rakukaja for this fight and from the previous fight, and that's really it. We didn't really need that for anything else. Okay. And yeah, that's pretty much all you really need to be doing. I'm just gonna show the rest of the fight. You don't need to keep watching this video because the fight's basically over, but you can if you want. I'm just gonna mute and just show the rest of this fight.
That enemy seems to be getting weaker.
I've been waiting for this. Okay, now.
I'll be cheering you on from here.
And that's the whole fight. Very straightforward. The Hierophant is really not a terrible fight. It really is not. Lovers is also not that bad. Honestly, my best advice for that fight is just like, if you're starting out, don't do risky stuff like how I did, where when Junpei and Akihiko were both feared, don't just like gamble and say like, they'll live. Just take the extra turn, like on male MC, to actually like to actually heal their fear. Um, but yeah, that's kind of all the advice that I can give. But yeah. In the next video, I'm going to go over Chariot and Justice, which is the actual worst boss in the entire run. I remember in my first video, I said that like 60% of runs died at Emperor and Empress. That was a complete lie. Probably a solid like 10% of runs die at Emperor and Empress. 20% die at in the Takemikazuchi grind. 20% die. The other 20% die from like mismenuing, probably. 50% died at this fight. It's truly just the worst out of all of them. It's actually horrible. All right. I'll see you then for Pain.